Hello and happy Friday. I'm John Bachman. The funding fight over DHS is barely over, and now the Obama administration is pressing Congress to raise the debt limit right now. Regular borrowing authority under the current debt limit is due to expire on March 15th, so the Treasury Department and its Secretary Jacob Lew are warning lawmakers on Capitol Hill that they need to act fast. If Congress fails to extend the debt limit, Lew says the Treasury Department might need extraordinary cash management measures to keep borrowing. The U.S. market generated about 295,000 jobs last month. New federal numbers out this morning show the job creation in February is beating estimates so far. That pushes the unemployment rate down to 5.5%. On Wall Street, Apple is set to replace AT&T on the Dow Jones Industrial Average. The indices, it's the indice that looks at the top 30 stocks. It says the switch will take place right after the closing bell rings on March 18th. Apple now is the largest publicly traded company in the world. And earlier this week, we told you that ex-NSA contractor Edward Snowden wants out of Russia, and now we're learning that the former U.S. spy and current fugitive is calling on Switzerland to grant him asylum. Snowden apparently worked in Geneva while serving undercover for the CIA. His request comes just days after it was reported that his lawyers were negotiating for his return to the U.S. Over in the Middle East, 5 people suffer minor injuries today after a Palestinian driver rams his car into a group of people in Jerusalem. Police are calling it a terrorist attack. We've seen this before. The driver plowed into a crowd of people waiting at a tram stop.
The suspect was driving in his vehicle, ran over 6 police officers that were at the junction. This is the same junction where there was a terrorist attack that took place a couple of months ago.
Well, the attacker then got out of his car and tried to stab someone before he was shot by police. And James Knowles, the mayor of Ferguson, New Jersey, says 3 police officers have now been fired for sending those racist emails that were reported earlier this week. The mayor did not identify the specific officers, but he says a recent investigation by the Justice Department uncovered several offensive emails. Something had to be done, he said. This comes just one day after attorneys for the family of Michael Brown said they plan to sue the city based on that same DOJ report.
In our case, we plan to show and outline pretty much the same evidence. However, you will get a more clearer, a more accurate picture of what took place that day.
The Justice Department, though, did clear Officer Darren Wilson, citing that there was not enough evidence for any federal civil rights charges. And authorities arrest 2 suspects accused of killing a police officer. Robert Wilson was gunned down last night. He was shot while trying to stop a robbery at a video store in Philadelphia. Wilson was an 8-year veteran of the Philadelphia Police Force. And a U.S. spacecraft is orbiting an unexplored dwarf planet between Mars and Jupiter today. NASA's space probe took 7.5 years to reach Ceres. Scientists believe this miniature planet is an original body which originated during the beginning of our solar system. Pretty cool stuff. Another update coming up for you in 30 minutes.